kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Herbert going to go to the air right away. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Play action. It's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. You got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Gets past 1 man. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Texans will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
Remember we were kids and they all said, hey, whatever you want to do, make your kid a left-handed pitcher, make them play baseball, they'll play forever. Forget that. I want a quarterback. All right? That's what I want to raise. In this era where you throw it around like crazy, you put up numbers like he did in his last game.
Last week, almost 500 yards. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Chris Rumph in on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The Texans have 10 and 6 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this one complete to Reed. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. First and 10, and it's out. He put it on the carpet and picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping in the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3. Now it's third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Yetur Gross-Matos with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive. And it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. For Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. The Charger drive about to get going. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Herbert. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on it, and they pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 22, Herbert. That's complete to Mooney. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Herbert. The quick slant caught. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
Eckler. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Bass is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Hard throw, incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Randall now ready to reach. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
L.A. readies for its next possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards.
From the 39, Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert. That's caught at the 3. Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive in total 8 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston set to take over. Nothing for him yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Pierce now up the middle. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because it...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They'll drop to throw. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And here's Matt Ariza now. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And taken down just shy of the 40. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. We hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Another carry for Pierce. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Chris Rumph. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They're going to look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Matt Rising now on to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert got a man, and he hits him in stride. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. That's into the hands of Eckler. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
From our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Looking middle, and that's complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Pierce takes it straight ahead, down to about the 45. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Pierce. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan from 10 yards out. And the Texans have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 13-7.
Texans 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Number 30, Austin Eckler, ball carrier. That's a gain of 3.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size and wanted to run the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Down to about the 37. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Again, 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
It's again 2.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Looking for Tony on the out route, and he's got him. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Collins. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Running on first down, Eckler. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From the 24, Herbert. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. 7th play in the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
On first down, it's Herbert. Slant route going to be caught by Palmer. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Draw play. It's Eckler. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. It's Eckler again. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
113 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Eckler will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the 1st down. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The kick by Bass is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Texans offense set to regain possession. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose, you got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
He'll drop to throw. Caught on the slant. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Here's Pierce. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Again, it's Pierce.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
York able to send this one through.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
2nd and 11 now.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So, for the Chargers, the win here in Week 18 gives them a pivotal 11th win on the year, running their final mark to 11-6. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Houston, the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7. And it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture.